After reaching the 70% vaccination milestone, things are looking a lot different this morning.
New York State has fully vaccinated a larger share of adults than any other big state in the country. The state mandates that have proven right and correct and brought us through this pandemic are relaxed as of today. Effective immediately.
47% of New York City residents are fully vaccinated, and another 4.5 million New Yorkers have received at least one dose of the vaccine. One of the boroughs leading the way for us is Queens. Queens Borough President Donovan Richards joining us this morning to break down these numbers for us. Good morning, Donovan. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning.
Hi, Vanessa and Betty. How you doing?
Doing great. Good to see you. So we heard in that video a lot of people there celebrating Governor Cuomo's announcement yesterday, lifting these restrictions. Obviously, you have gotten the borough to a good spot here. Do you fear the lack of restrictions could possibly compromise Queens?
Well, the Queens comeback story is in motion. And, you know, the most important thing we can continue to do is to stress the importance to everyone in Queens that they must get vaccinated. This is not about you. This is about your community. This is about your family. This is about safety. And I am proud to announce that we were the first county to hit 1 million vaccinations in the state. So we're getting something right here.
Yes.
And that comeback story is going.
Something to celebrate. We need fireworks, right?
Yeah. Well, no fireworks, please.
No, okay, we're going to hold off on that till the 4th of July. You know, but Queens is proud to be known as the most diverse borough. That diversity did not prevent vaccines from being distributed widely. But right now, Queens is, believe it or not, second only to Manhattan with the most number of residents fully vaccinated against COVID. We're going to put this up on the screen so folks can see the numbers here. Queens at 59%. What do you attribute that to? Was it just people getting the word out?
Well, there was a lot of work that went into this. You know, first, the importance of stressing to both the governor and the mayor that Queens cannot play second fiddle to any other borough. We were the hardest hit. We were the epicenter of the epicenter from Corona to Far Rockaway. So we really worked hand in hand with a lot of our colleagues from the congressional delegation to the state senate to the city council to get the word out and to stress the importance of expanding sites in many pockets of the borough that were hit the hardest. And we're still not out the woods, but I am confident that we're moving in the right direction.
Indeed.
So given all the progress you've made, Donovan, what do you think needs to be done now to kind of fill in these holes?
Well, education is critical, and there's been so much misinformation floating out there about the vaccine, and there are a lot of pockets of Southeast Queens and Far Rockaway that believe that if you had this disease, that you don't need to get vaccinated. And we're telling folks, listen, let's stop spreading the misinformation. We're working with the city and the state. We now have a van out at Redfern Houses in Rockaway. We have another vaccine van down at St. Albans Congregational Church this week on Linden Boulevard. Go and get your vaccine. Now is not the time to party like it's 1999 before getting your vaccine. And, you know, I'm really worried that, you know, as the rules are relaxed, that people are going to go out there and have a good time without being vaccinated. So get vaccinated.
Yeah, that's so important because as we reflect on what we've been through, at one point during the first few weeks of this pandemic, Queens was the epicenter of COVID cases, with Elmhurst Hospital just flooded with patients. So now that we're on the other side of that, what are some of the lessons that we've taken from that? And I guess to prevent this from ever happening again?
Well, the healthcare scandal, as we know, is the big word is preparedness. Yeah. And, you know, many of our institutions did not have the investment they needed. I just announced $11 million for local hospitals across Queens, with Elmhurst Hospital getting $5.5 million to ensure that they have everything they need to be prepared. But we have to make sure that all of the communities that were hit hardest during this pandemic are seeing the investments that are sorely needed. You have to address the disparities around food access, around healthcare, around housing, and that's the #1 way to ensure that we're not back here ever again in the future.
Absolutely. All right, Donovan Richards, as always, so good to see you. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. And I know Dan is out having a great time now that he got vaccinated. Yes. So tell him to get back to work.
I know,
He's partying.
Get back to work. All right.
All righty. Take care, ladies.
See you soon.
Take care.